Jeremiah Spoon says he's too eager when he opens women, and he loses them. He does great opens, but he loses them after 5 minutes. There's probably a lot of wanting going on there, a lot of desire and wanting, and you're not in having. And so what happens is, I don't know, I almost have to ask you some questions. What happens to you after 5 minutes? Do you start to get nervous? Do you start to think a lot? Do you run out of things to say? Do you shut off from your emotions? Do you go up here? The key is to start to ground more. If you feel yourself getting nervous after 2 or 3 minutes and it's going well, you got to relax back and ground more. Are you starting to get too pushy and pushing? I'll give you one example. I had a client that said women don't like him. And he said, I don't do well with women. And I watched him open, and immediately every girl he opened liked him, like that. It was freaking on, and it was solid. And she looked right into his eyes, and cool dude. And I was like, he did a great job starting this conversation. But within a minute or two, when the girl started to show interest, when she started to show interest back, he got weird. He started doing all these weird movements, disconnecting, pulling back. And then the girls would reject him because he got weird. And then he'd walk over and go, see, girls don't like me. I don't get it. I don't get why none of these girls like me. And I was like, because you're being weird. They actually do like you. They like you right when you approach, but after a few minutes, your subcommunication just goes to shit. He had no idea. He had no idea. I had to show him. We have to get video and show him how he's being, because he had no idea. He was coming out of his body up into his head, starting to act goofy, starting to entertain, and then he would lose the girls. So there might be something like that going on. A lot of guys turn into dancing monkeys when they realize girls like them. A lot of them shut off from their emotions when they realize girls like them. So these are the questions I'd have for you is what's going on with you after 4 or 5 minutes? Are you getting more turned on, more comfortable, more feeling your legs more? Are you enjoying her more? Or are you getting more nervous, worried, thinking? And if you've been rejected a bunch of times after 4 or 5 minutes, there's probably a pattern at 4 or 5 minutes you're going to get more nervous. And so that pattern needs to be broken. You know, if you can, if you can get out to the Fearless Man Live this weekend, or one of them that's coming up, that'd be a great way for us to look at you and with one of the models and see how your subcommunication's behaving. But that would be the best way. Another way is for us to talk to you a little bit and get a feel for where you're at. Because I'm not sure what's going on with this based on what you said, other than something goes wrong after 4 or 5 minutes, and I guarantee you it's with you. On some level, you're disconnecting. So the first thing I would tell you to do is do the meditation for disapproval. And every time you get rejected, do a little bit more of it and see if you can just learn to relax a little bit more. What I'd actually imagine you should do is practice relaxing and seeing if you can get past, like, say, start with 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes, and see where that moment is. And then see if you can expand it out by 20 seconds at a time till pretty soon you're just getting more. There'll be a point at which, just like I've seen so many people do, where you just get so comfortable that it all takes off. But there might be something specific going on with you that we need to look at, and we can desensitize all that once we see it.